It's outstanding. Should we check? Lonely loans at bank. Yeah, we don't have loans, so that's good. 52,000 litres is going to be £16,000. Really not a huge amount. But 52,000 litres, 2 truckloads is 100 times 20. So we got about 40 truckloads of maize silage, which will seriously boost our bank balance. 40 truckloads at 16,000, call it 17,000. 16,000, 160,000 times 4, 320, 640. We're going to have about £640,000 just from the maize. And then we've got similar amounts of grass silage. Now we're not going to be able to ship as much grass silage. It's much heavier. So I usually use the other trailer for shipping the grass silage because it's got a stronger frame. So it can carry more weight, it can't carry as much volume, but neither of them can carry their volume in grass silage. Oh, I was looking at the real time and thinking it's 11 o'clock and the sun's not really up yet. Good grief, we're going to have no sunlight today, but actually yes we will. So if I go back to there and look at the price fluctuations, 306 is actually the highest price. It's actually supposed to be the highest price in January, but we have a beneficial price here in December, so I'm going to take advantage of that. And in about 3 hours of game time, we should be close to having the grass silage available for sale as well. So I'm going to have a ton of work to do, and probably a lot of it off camera. I forget, did I check the store sales this morning? Guess we'll check on that in a minute. If I remember rightly, there was an Amazon towards the end of the list. Okay, where do we get up to? Actually, yeah, it was the Case Maxim was the last thing that was up for sale. So we already checked the store sales. We have £134,000 already. So it really has been a nice peaceful morning here. I was able to have a bacon sandwich for breakfast, a cup of Earl Grey tea, and yeah. Nice and relaxing. And a little bit of fun. Mrs. Osa has not texted me. That's interesting. No, she didn't. So I don't know if that means she hasn't left yet or whether she forgot to text me. She did say, oh, I'll call you in the morning when we're leaving. I said, I'll probably be streaming. So she said, oh, I'll text you in the morning when we're leaving. So at some point I'm going to have to push that conveyor further, or the auger further into the silage clamp, so that we don't end up mixing with snow. This thing, I think the silage clamp can only hold one thing. So while there is silage in the clamp, snow can't be deposited in the clamp. Once it's empty, that might all change. Here and wrong way. Push that back into the clamp. There we go. So now it's got a detection radius that it will pull silage from, or pull stuff from. It'll pull grains or anything. But what you've got to be careful of is once that area becomes empty, it looks for something else to move. Currently the auger has silage in it, which is why I was careful to make sure I didn't turn it on until it was on the silage wrap, and then we removed the wrap and turned it on. So the only option it had initially was to pump silage. But as the clamp empties up, what I tend to find is the auger seizes up because it's pulling snow from outside the back of the clamp, and that's not a good thing. Okay, 34, 44, 51. So this should take us up to 151,000. This is really bleak weather. I could look at the prices of stuff. Map. So I want that field there at some time. Oh, it's only plus 13. That's actually quite a reasonable price for that field. And then this is a bunch of trees which are plus 17. Those are kind of cheap. That's super expensive. That's meh. Land values are horrible at the moment. or at least the land values around our farm are horrible at the moment. How does it look over here? 52, 13, 71, 52, 23. Yeah, I'm not liking... Ooh, 78%, good grief. I'm not liking field prices at the moment, let's just put it that way. Nobody wants to sell me frozen clumps of dirt for cheap. How about south side of the road? No. We have very, very, very bad pricing at the moment. How much is the wood? Now that's going to cost me 65,000. I do want to buy this. We'll be extending the farm track up through. We'll take out a little bit of the hedge. We'll extend the farm track up through here to the road. Well, I don't know if there's a hedge along that side, but it'll give me a turnout and easy access to the flour mill without driving all through the roads and tractors have issues. And obviously that last inner grass field will give us that clump of 4 that surrounds the farm yard. I kind of like the idea of owning all 4 of those, plus the big grass field on our left here. Okay, the one that is exactly on our left now, that we own. It's a good production of grass, and having all 5 of those should mean that our what is it? Each of our grass cuts should be about 1.5 million litres of grass, if I have all of them. No, probably a bit less. 1.2, 1.3, I think. But still, that would be a good turnover every 3-4 months. And while we won't make this level of money, it's still a fairly good income. We still end up with about 100,000. Would it be? No, it would be probably getting on for 250 to 350 million thousand. 250 to 350,000 every time we come to sell grass silage. So that's 300,000 possibly 3 times a year. I'm okay with that. Does mean the farm will expand lots and lots when we get that. When we do that. Well, we've been doing that. I think the farm has been ticking over quite nicely. I do need a big field to plant sugar beets in sometime or other. And we will need to buy ourselves a sugar beet harvester when those come ready. But for right now, sugar is the least of my bothers. Oh, it's struggling up the hill. 152,000. So I'm probably going to run 3 more trips and then we'll call it, because it is now 11:20 in real world time. And getting close to me being hungry. I do have quite a bit of chili left from the cooking session on Tuesday, so that's lasted me quite well. When Teenage O's is here, it'll last 2 days. With no leftovers. I'm at Saturday and I've got enough for today and possibly enough for tomorrow. Depending on what the food plans are. I honestly not sure what the plans are now. The kids all come home with us tonight. They may go back to their mums when they get home, or they may sleep the night and go back tomorrow. But there's a lot of laundry to do, obviously. I was going to say, not that I've got much, because I don't wear clothes, but yeah, I wear clothes, but I wear t-shirts and shorts in the house when I'm not going anywhere, so I've got a couple of t-shirts need washed and underwear and stuff like that, but that's not even a whole load of clothes. But the interesting thing will be, how much food do we have that we can feed to everybody? Nothing's defrosted. I ate the sausage this morning. No, sorry, I ate the bacon this morning. So we are probably going to, as I said, there will probably be McDonald's tonight, or frozen chicken nuggets. And then I guess maybe tomorrow we could do the Chinese buffet. Because it's not like we have a lot of food in the house. So normally we'll go to church, the Chinese buffet is a good place to eat after church because not many people go there. The problem we find with Bob Heaven's, IHOP, all of the usual sit-down restaurants, is they are absolutely packed with a 40-minute waiting time before they can get you a table on Sundays. And our church, the morning service doesn't start till 11 o'clock, and we're not usually out in the parking lot getting in the car until about 12:30. So by that time, forget going to a restaurant, they're all going to be full. Except the Chinese buffet and the odd Los Tres Amigos out in the countryside. There's one of those in the middle of nowhere which quite frequently is not got many people eating at it. And then we have a bunch of nice little sit-down restaurants that aren't open in the evenings and aren't open on Sundays. And actually, even if they are open on Sundays, they close at 1 o'clock, which means we wouldn't be able to eat at them anyway. There's always the airport burger place. So a lot of airports in America have a sort of a burger cafe, and within the aviation community they're known as the sort of the $100 burgers, or it used to be when I flew, but probably closer to $250 burger. You would rent your plane, buy some fuel, invite some friends, get in the plane, and then fly to another airport, land there, have a burger, and then fly home again. But when you add the price of the burger plus the price of plane rental and fuel, you're talking sort of $250 for a 2-hour trip plus a burger. I hate to think how much it costs now with the with inflation on stuff. And you get to sit at a small airport and watch the planes land and take off. Did that a couple of times when I was learning to fly back in California. Had to do your cross countries had to be to another airport, wheels stop, and then taxi back and take off. So you could do a landing, taxi round, and take off. You're not allowed to do a touch and go because that doesn't count as you landed there. You just put the wheels on the ground for 10 seconds and then left. But if you're doing it at lunchtime, midday to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe even 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then landing, parking up, having a burger, and leaving, it makes the proprietor of the burger store happy because he's selling some burgers and making some money, and he can pay the rent for the airport. The airport's happy because the burger guy is kept in business. Kind of fun, but not doing that anymore. Okay, 88, 98, 100, 205. This should put us on 205. It is now 11:30. We're coming up on 2 hours 42 minutes. Is that right? 2 hours 42 minutes. We started at 8:30. Yeah, I guess. 160 divided by 7. I guess I started a little bit late this morning. I knew I'd looked at the time and it was 8:36, and I was just settling down to starting the stream. I guess time slipped away a little bit more. It looks like I didn't start till about 8:50. Okay, let's have a look at that. 63 divided by 7. 23-minute videos, yeah, so and just as the sun's coming up, it's actually getting to be a nice, dreary, snowy day in Scotland. But at least you can see what you're doing. Okay, I'm gonna haul a little bit more. We'll get to 250 and then we'll call it, because All I'm doing is driving around. It's not like we're going to new places and seeing new things. I hope I'm not cutting that too wide and killing. Actually, I shouldn't be killing the crop because the crop is not very well established. It should still be safe for all tyres. Guess we can get out and have a look on the way back. But we could end up with some tyre tracks in that field if the crop's in a state that can damage it. How are we doing in the clamp now? How much is in here? Oh, we've already moved 200,000. Well, no, we started with 2 million, so yeah, we've moved over 300,000. This is good. Maybe more. I mean, it's 52,000. I've lost count of the number of trips we do. It's about 3 for 50,000. So I've done 6. So yeah, 300,000 we've moved. This will be 350. Oh. And the cart is getting to the point where it needs a little bit of a service. I think the good thing about this cart is it will not carry snow, which is why I'm not having an issue with it. I have in the past Farm Sim 19 and I possibly Farm Sim 17, because I did play that with seasons as well. Snow was a thing you could cart. So you could dig up the snow from the yard, stick it in a trailer and cart it somewhere. And so the problem was if you were trying to do this job, and yeah, we go to the silage bunker, and first thing